All right, welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the Simple P&L System. The Simple P&L System is a book that I wrote. It's available in the course materials. I would expect you to at least download a copy and start reading it. It shouldn't take very long to read, but use it as a reference throughout the rest of this course. This course is a superset of information surrounding this book, but you can download a copy of the book and start using it today to help develop your business. If you prefer, you can also download a copy from my website, www.robertgreenmba.com, or you can go to lulu.com to order a print copy. Now, from my experience working with these women-owned business owners over the past 5 years, we've learned a couple things. That most people are really good at performing their business. They do their job. They're excellent at whatever their skill set is. But the business side is harder to grasp. And I want to try to make this simple for everyone. So I've included this book as a resource to help make things simple to look at, simple to understand, but still powerful and data-driven for us to shift from owner-operator to owner. And in order to do that, there's two shifts that have to occur. First off, you have to be willing and able to shift out of that owner-operator mentality into an owner's mentality. But also you have to make a shift to making data-driven decisions and not emotional-based decisions. So the very first thing that this book talks about, and we're going to talk about in length in this lesson, is the typical P&L statement. The typical P&L statement is a simple document. It's a report of your profit and losses for the most current period or for the period that's on that sheet. In our case, that simple scorecard is broken down in a weekly data, and I want you to look at it from a weekly perspective. You can use QuickBooks or Wave Accounting to produce weekly analyses if you like. So you can run these reports, collect that data, and transpose it into the simple scorecard to measure your progress. And I encourage you to do that in that 30-minute period that you've scheduled for yourself. Now I'm going to show you another tool, and this is what I call the P&L worksheet. And we're going to download it and get started understanding the wheres and whys of the simple P&L as compared to this statement that you see right here. All right, from here, we are going to download the Simple P&L sample workbook by clicking on the download here button or using the courses download section. And we will be presented with a new workbook. Looks just like this. We're going to zoom in to make it easier to see. But this is a simplified view of a profit and loss statement. Right here. Here is a simplified view of your profit and loss statement. We have gross or net revenue, cost of goods sold, gross profit, your profit margin, your overhead and expenses, your net profit, and net profit margin. Now, there's additional information on this spreadsheet, including the revenue inputs, which include your leads, your conversion rate, transactions per client, average unit price, average unit cost, and your gross sales is calculated based on that information. That feeds into your simplified P&L. Notice this is easy to compare over time. And typically with a stuck business, we see a very common theme. Your revenue has capped out. Your cost of goods has not changed. Your gross profit and profit margins haven't changed. Your overheads may start to creep up on you and start squeezing the profit out of your business, making it seem like you're not making enough money to operate your business, which you're not. As well as what your net profit margin will also start to squeeze down. But with this process, we're going to be able to look at some what ifs with this workbook. We'll look at some what ifs, including what if we made a 10% change in each of those input values. We plugged in 10% here. This is a default. You can change it to whatever you want and see what the net result is going to be. This is going to increase your leads by 10%, your conversion rate by 10%, your transaction rate per client by 10%, your average price by 10%, decrease your cost by 10% of goods sold, as well as decrease your expenses by 10%. So we're going to look at all of these things as a matter of this course, but this is kind of a what if scenario. And what we would see here is that the bottom line, our net profit margin, by a 10% increase in those inputs would result in almost a 60% increase in net profit margin. As far as your net profit itself, it more than doubles from $5,000 to $12,000 in this example. And if you plug in your numbers, you'll see a similar type of growth pattern happen. If we were to continue to make improvements, because you're starting to make decisions based on the data and realizing where there are shortcomings in the performance of your business, if you continue to make modest 3% improvements, we'll start to see dramatic compounding improvements that will end up saving you and allowing you to keep more of what you make. This chart here represents that. And what we see is the area in red is if you were to do nothing, and that's where your profits would remain. They wouldn't change if you do nothing. But if you do something, if you start making some modest changes into how you capture leads, how you attract leads, how you convert your leads, the number of times that you can increase the transactions, if you can reduce your cost of goods sold, if you can correct your pricing, if you can manage your expenses better, you will start to keep more of what you make, and you will start to realize the wealth building aspect of your business and not feel constrained and stuck. So I would implore you to please download this spreadsheet. Again, you can download it from the course materials or go to robertgreenmba.com/workbook-download and download a copy there. This will help you understand what the net changes of your business will be over time and how much it's costing you to not make these changes. So if nothing else, this should give you a really clear idea of what is possible by making some very modest improvements. Now, you could make more or less of an improvement in your business, depending on what your level of involvement is and how passionate you are about making positive changes to grow your business. But this is entirely possible. It's within your reach. And if you watch this video, if you watch this entire class of videos, and you still need help, I will be there to help you. I want you to succeed. I'm obsessed with your success. And this is one of the tools that I'm giving you to help give you a plan, something to shoot for, and exact steps on things that you can do to tweak every one of these numbers in order to get this type of result. And again, these are modest numbers. It is entirely possible to do well above 10% improvements or 3% improvements and compound it year after year after year until you are able to be satisfied and exit your business with grace and do what you want at that point. So this is the introduction to the simplified P&L statement. Again, please download it, populate it with your data. It is your spreadsheet. If you have any problems, don't hesitate. Feel free to email me at robert@robertgreenmba.com, and I will help you through this. Thank you very much.